Hi everybody, this is Miss McClellan here to go over notes 1.3.4 with you. We'll start with part 1, the triangle sum theorem. For part 1, our learning goal is that we will be able to 1. Prove the triangle sum theorem that the interior angles in a triangle add up to 180 degrees, and we will use this theorem to determine missing angle measures in a triangle. Getting started. Let's write down everything we know about triangles. Include what your classmates know too. Please take a moment at home to go ahead and write down everything you know about triangles. Okay. A lot of the things that I commonly hear would be that triangles have 3 sides, 3 angles. Some of you might say that the angles add to 180. Some of you might mention the Pythagorean theorem that a squared plus b squared equals c squared when you have a right triangle. Whatever you may have said, it will help you make your learning permanent to predict what we might be talking about. 1-104D. How can we convince ourselves that the triangle sum theorem is true for all triangles? We will use the diagram right here and our knowledge of angle relationships. Now, for those of you who don't know, the triangle sum theorem says that the measure of angle A plus the measure of angle B plus the measure of angle C is equal to 180 degrees. This is what we want to show. Want to show this. To start, 1, we can extend the side length, and then we see that E and C are alternate interior angles. So we want to notice angle E and angle C are alternate interior angles formed by a transversal cutting parallel lines. Therefore, the measure of angle E is equal to the measure of angle C. Number 2. We should also notice that angle A and angle D are alternate interior angles also formed by a transversal cutting parallel lines. This transversal is from that side of the triangle. And therefore, the measure of angle A is equal to the measure of angle D. For our last observation, we notice that angle D, angle B, and angle E together form a straight line. Therefore, the measure of angle D plus the measure of angle B plus the measure of angle E should equal 180 degrees, which is great because by number 1 above, we have that the measure of angle E equals the measure of angle C, and by number 2, we have the measure of angle D equals the measure of angle B. Therefore, by substitution, the measure of angle A plus the measure of angle B plus the measure of angle C equals 180 degrees. And that's what we wanted to show, so we're done. To make it very clear what substitution I just did, I substituted the measure of angle C for the measure of angle E, since we found that those two measures must be equal, and I substituted the measure of angle A for the measure of angle D, since those two measures must be equal, which was all I needed to show the full final theorem. We continue. We are to find the missing angle measures in the triangles below. First triangle, we have 3 angles, 1 missing, and I know that the angles together must equal 180 degrees. So I'll add 55 degrees plus 70 degrees plus my question mark to equal 180 degrees. Combining like terms gives me 125 degrees plus that question mark equals 180 degrees. I subtract 125 degrees from both sides, leaving me with my final result. The question mark must equal 55 degrees. This is 55 degrees. Next, we have a right angle, so this is going to be a 90-degree angle right here, and I'm looking to find the value of what 66 plus x must be. So I have 90 plus 30 plus 66 plus x must equal 180 degrees. Combining like terms gives me 176 plus x equals 180 degrees. I subtract 176 from both sides, revealing that x must be 4 degrees. And I'm not done because now I need to use x to find the missing angle measure. So for the missing angle measure, that's going to be 66 plus x, which is 66 plus 4, which is 70 degrees. This is a 70-degree angle. 70. All right, number 3. I'll be finding out what 8x plus 5 is. I'll also need to find out what 10x is. Okay. So I know these angles would add up to 180, so I have 10x plus 8x plus 5 plus 85 equals 180. Combining like terms, I have 18x plus 90 equals 180. Subtract 90 from both sides. 18x equals 90, divide by 18, gets me x equals 5. I'll use that to find my missing angle measures. I have 10 times 5 is 50. And I have 8 times 5 plus 5 is 9 times 5, which is 45. So this is a 50-degree angle, and this is a 45-degree angle. Moving on.